Is there any belief that you have that you're 100% about?
Any belief that I'm 100% about? Um, like a belief, it can't just be like a fact.
Something that you're convinced is true 100%.
Um, marketing major.
Marketing major. Okay, cool. How's that going for you?
Honestly, pretty good. I switched last semester. I used to be insurance, but I liked it a lot. It's more my speed.
Have you,
It's quite the setup.
yeah.
Do you do YouTube videos
Yeah.
for a company or for yourself?
Just for me.
Cool.
You can actually scan the QR code and it'll take you right to it when we're done if you want.
Okay.
What's your name?
Ryan,
Ryan?
yours?
My name's David.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Ryan?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so just to kind of explain what I'm doing, I'm interviewing different people in different communities about something that is meaningful to you,
Yeah.
something that you think is true. And I'll be asking questions like to explore how you got there and what supports your confidence that it's true.
Okay.
We can do that a couple different ways. We can have like a general conversation about what you think truth is.
Yeah.
We can explore a specific belief that you have. Or we can talk about a problem that we have that you think we have this, that you have the solution to.
Okay. Cool.
So what comes to mind?
With truth,
Yeah, which option would you like to do?
explore beliefs, solutions to a problem. I would say what is truth is I guess the question I'd answer
Okay.
of all those three.
What do you think truth is?
I think truth is it starts with yourself, like being true to yourself and not giving in to like social pressures or there's everything around you. So if you're like to yourself and you enjoy a mundane lifestyle where you're working a 9 to 5 and you find happiness in that, that's truth to you. Or if you're someone who wants to explore the world and do a lot of different things, like explore countries or be a CEO of a company or start your own business and super aspirational like that, that's truth for them. I think that's how I'd answer that.
So like knowing what's meaningful to you is being true to yourself.
Yeah, 100%. So for example, me like last summer I did a study abroad program and like for me like a big thing I live by is like the time never comes back but money does. And it's kind of like a tough saying because you have to be somewhat fortunate to like believe in that or like life's had to be fortunate for you to say that. But for me, I think since I'm 20 years old and I have a lot of breaks in between winter break and summer break, I have a lot of free time right now, and I'm aware like when I'm older and I have more obligations, I won't have that much time left, but I'll be making money. So if I have money to spend now, I'm going to use those on like, experiences like with my friends. Like for example, me and my back home friends are looking in just for 4 or 5 days to do like a mountain trip and just hang out, like get an Airbnb together just because right now we're really fortunate that we have breaks with like school and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But let's say we try to have that same group chat plan in 5 years when we're all working our different jobs, we won't be
It'd be
able.
harder.
Yeah, exactly. So
What's the coolest place you've been?
Um, I would say Capri, Italy, or Lake Como. Like those have been really nice. I've seen
Okay.
the Grand Canyon. I've seen Niagara Falls. Like those are probably my favorite spots I've seen.
Okay. Cool. So back to the true to yourself. Can somebody be false to themselves?
Yeah, 100%. Your
What would
faults.
that look like?
Uh, Trying to fit in places you don't fit in, or just being unhappy with something, but just doing it because someone else is pushing their belief or like their truth on you. So like, for example, let's say you are a college student and you're pursuing a degree, but you have no interest in your degree and find no meaning for it,
Hmm.
but your parents are pushing you to do college just because it's what they believe is, I guess, like the right way to grow up or right way to like make money or right step for you. But you're like a passionate artist or something and you want to travel and paint stuff. Like that's your truth and you're not living your truth. Like for example, for me, like I'm not sure if I would have had the option, but I find enjoyment in like what I do here in college, and I've like gotten very involved within FSU, and it's helped me shape up to like where I'm able to like come to this. I see this and it intrigues me instead of just walking past, and that's me being true to myself. But there's bunch of different ways where people aren't true to themselves. They hang out like even like as little as like high school kids, like you hang out with one group of people just because social like status and stuff like that, but they're doing and participating in things you don't like agree with or aligns with like your values and like your truth.
Okay. What's the best way to find out if you're being true to yourself or not?
Just ask yourself if you're happy.
Okay.
Like just ask like does this like fulfill me? Does this make me happy? Like if you wake up every day like depressed and like blaming like oh I hate this or I hate that, you have to figure out what you actually do like and how you get to the steps where you're fortunate enough to live the life you true to yourself, where you like pretty much like fall in love with every day you live, just because you're living in the moment, you're having fun.
Okay. So the more or if you're happy, the likelihood that you're being true to yourself is higher.
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. Let me take this in a kind of a different direction here.
Cool.
Um, if somebody says a statement is true, what do you, how do you define truth in that aspect? And that,
Like a statement.
yeah, like if I say, like if a statement is true, what would you, how would you define truth in that context?
If it's factual, that's
Okay.
how I'd say so. You could say this is true, but everything like let's say I'd say like um the Cowboys, this is my football team, have like this. I make up some like random statement or like statistic, like this is true. Unless it's like backed by facts, it's not really true. It's just an opinion. If you're objectively saying like the Cowboys are the best team in the NFL, and that's a true statement or something like that, or like let's say Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. So it's an all opinion based question. It's that like that's how I define it. I guess
Could we use statistics?
yeah, statistics and facts. I would say can back up if a statement is true.
Okay. All right. Um, is there a statement that you think is true that you cannot be wrong about?
Um, I'll just go back to the statement I already said. I guess I time money always comes back, but time doesn't, because every single second you're alive, you're older, you're the oldest you've been and the youngest you've been, but your financial status or where you'll be you have no idea. So that's why that's a statement I believe is true, even though it's not backed by any stats or facts.
Okay, so that's a statement that is not backed by facts.
Except for the
And
fact that like you're always oldest. Like right now, we're currently the oldest we've ever been and youngest we'll ever be in the future.
okay, so like the fact of time being linear.
Yeah,
Okay, and you cannot be wrong about that. Why?
just because I mean, unless we find some type of time warp in space or something, time's always moved this way, and it's how time's always worked.
Okay, time is linear. How confident are you that that's true?
I'd say 99%.
99?
Yeah,
Why not 100?
just because we might. I like the movie Interstellar. Like we might find a place where time doesn't move as linear.
Okay. How would we find that out?
exploring. So like I guess pushing human limits, exploring new like continue space exploration, like just finding out new things. I would say like you'd find that out by if you live in different planets or if we get fortunate enough to ever travel to different galaxies. But that's how I would say like time time is linear could be disproven.
Okay. It could be disproven. You just don't know how yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, is there anything that could happen to get you to 100?
Um, no, just because I want to have like that belief that like there's a lot more going. Like in my lifetime, I can see some huge changes, just like how like my parents saw like the internet getting in place and stuff like that. Maybe we like in my lifetime, like we inhabit another planet or something, which is highly unlikely. But I mean, yeah, like I think life is great, but you have to believe in something, and even if that's religion or theories and stuff like that, like you have to have hope that like there's a reason why you're living in this moment, or there's a reason why you're on this planet, and like there's a just because the stats for you to be born and the statistics behind that is so rare. So that's why I want to hold that 1% belief, and I don't think anything can change that.
Okay. Is there any belief that you have that you're 100% about?
Any belief that I have that I'm 100% about. Um, like a belief can't just be like a fact.
Something that you're convinced is true 100%.
Um, like the Earth is round.
Okay. You're 100% confident in that?
Yeah.
That the earth is round? Okay. Does that what does that mean like 100%? Does that mean that you're closed-minded about it?
Yeah, I just like say if I know there's flat earthers and stuff like Kyrie Irving, but like if someone mentioned like the Earth isn't is flat, I just would like not entertain the idea and debate about it. It's just like been proven for so long.
Okay.
So
Is there any chance that you would ever be convinced that it's not that it is flat? Okay.
no, unless like the Earth like got like hit by a meteor or something, or squashed, and it became like not
Okay.
as flat,
Okay.
like not as
Um,
round.
what do you think the biggest reason is, or the best reason for people to think that it is flat?
I would say like you just don't. You just when you're walking, it's like hard to believe you're in a sphere when you're just walking straight. So like that's what I get at.
Because it appears flat,
Yeah,
like observation.
yeah. So when you're like on like walking like through FSU and stuff, like there's hills and stuff, but it's all relatively flat on like curves
Uh-huh.
across. So
Okay. Why is observation a bad reason to think that the Earth is flat?
just because you're observing, it's your observation is very limited. You haven't like we're fortunate enough that we have technology and we've had photos of the Earth from outer space, and
Yeah, I really
that
like there.
like from my vision, I can't see that, but from stuff like humans and stuff that developed, you can see like the Earth isn't flat.
Do you have any beliefs that you're very confident in that are based on observation?
Um, I would say one belief I'm pretty confident in, which might be like a little controversial, is like how much public schooling matters. Like good public school, I think, especially at FSU, I got surrounded by a lot of different people, but putting your kids through like a public school versus private school program, it shows and basically how they're like how their mannerisms are and how they are and how they act. I can like really tell that like distinct difference like between like because I have a bunch of friends who went to private school, I went to public school, but yeah, I just think like it's very easy to tell the difference between people who've done private and public school.
Are you talking about like before college?
Yeah,
Okay. So like private elementary and high school.
yeah.
What is the difference?
I would say like in general, there's like a little more closed minded. Is that the best?
Private or public?
Private.
Private. Okay. People that go to private school are more likely to be closed-minded?
Yeah, just because they're surrounded with like, especially if they go like all boys or all girls school, they're surrounded by similar people every single day. They're surrounded by the same like kind of like economic status of people where you have to be pretty wealthy to afford putting your kids through private school.
Uh-huh.
And I think public school offers like, um, it's just by area. Obviously, it varies because your area could have a good public school system or like a bad public school system. But regardless, it's just a random area on the map that you're forced to go to school with whoever lives in that area and whoever happens to be your age, versus like that barrier of entry, which is money.
Okay, so somebody that goes to public school is more likely to be open-minded. How confident are you about that?
Pretty confident.
Okay, and that's based on observation?
Yeah, that's based off me like seeing, I guess, a lot of my friends who are in private schools versus a lot of my friends who are in public schools. Like that's how I would say so.
Okay, so sometimes observation is a good reason and sometimes it's not?
Yeah, I'd say so. Observations are good, because that's for me saying that is just my observation. It's just like opinion, which is not proven by any facts at all. But
But you're pretty confident in it.
yeah, I'm confident in my opinion in that. Just as I'm pushing my own agenda. But for like the flat Earth versus the Earth being round, that's proven by like other facts and photo evidence and just other studies. I mean, I'm sure there's a study about public versus private schools, but I'm not referencing them or using their statistics.
Okay, let's say that there was a study and it was a pretty, legit study, and they found out that it's the opposite, that people that go to private school are more open-minded than people that go to public school. What would that say about your confidence?
My observation, I'd probably question the study first, just because
If you were convinced that the study was legit,
if I was convinced the study was legit,
yeah,
what would it say about my confidence,
yeah, what would you say? What would that? How would that affect your confidence in
my judgment?
your? Yeah,
I was wrong about that. It's not a big deal. I think life's too short to like tweak and really be upset about every little thing. I mean, I've been wrong about countless things in my life, and everyone has. But it's about how you carry yourself after you are found out you're wrong or lost. If you're someone who likes to debate and be an arguer about every little thing, you're gonna waste breath just that you could be doing something else with and something productive instead of just arguing about mindless things. And that's why you have mindless things to argue about, like sports and just like different takes. Like me and my friends, I live in like a house with like 15 of my friends, and we'll just spend like hours debating about like hypotheticals, like if this football team had this player, or if this happened or that happened, and like that's mindless arguing, and that's fun. But if we were like that about like something as simple as where should we get food, like you'd waste a lot of breath and waste a lot of time.
how do you decide when it's a good time to argue and when it's not?
Well, it's a good time to argue
Yeah, what process do you use to determine?
if it's really worth it. Like
Right.
if you lose sleep over something, or like if it like someone says something to you and you really dislike what they're saying and like puts that like wrench in your stomach, then you should argue and fight back. But if you're able to like take if you get really heated and you're able to take like a minute and just collect yourself, and if you're still heated after that minute, then I think it's appropriate to argue.
Right.
But if you're able to take a minute and calm yourself and like honestly it's not big of a deal, it's whatever, then you're better off just leaving it go.
Okay. What's the benefit of being open-minded?
Benefits open-minded is I would say you just get to meet new people, hear new perspectives, um, see more of the world. Like being open-minded to travel lets you see how different countries are. Being open-minded to someone else's opinion like gets you to hear like kind of understand how they were brought and different things, because not everyone is like robots who are like programmed the same way. Like I have friends who are from Tampa, I have friends who are from Miami, I have friends from who goes to university from New York, and they're like even as something as like the grocery stores and food options they had around, or what they like to eat, or how they talk and their slang is so different. And like it's funny because it's being open-minded to a bunch of different cultures and like a bunch of different people.
Okay. You have time for a couple more questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
What time is it?
It is 3:39.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any downsides to being open-minded?
Um, Yeah, I'd say so. Like if you're too open-minded, you're gonna take everyone's opinion and like not have formulate your own opinion. I think it's nice to respect other people's opinions and I guess entertain them. But if you are too open-minded, you'll lose like what your values are and what your truth is. If you can tie it all back in.
Come full circle. Um, what percentage of the conclusions that you hold about our world do you think are accurate?
Probably like 90%.
90?
Yeah.
Okay. How many would you prefer were accurate?
I think 90. That's fine. Just because I want to be majority right about the things I research or about the things I consume when I see facts and stuff, or like if I actually care to like dive into reading an article about something. But obviously, I want to be wrong about some things that are like, oh, like for example, I scuba dive and we haven't explored like 95% of the ocean, and just with the space stuff I was talking about, it's nice to believe like some things are wrong, or, like some theories are wrong, and some stuff gets proven wrong after years. It just takes time.
Okay. You would prefer to be wrong sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. It's not life would be too boring if you were right about everything. If you could like know your future and predict everything, you would like live a miserable life just because like it's like this one question. It's like would you rather know how you die or when you die? It's like I don't know. Like if you knew how I don't know where I'm going with this, but if you knew how you died, like it'd be like you'd avoid like if you died in a car, you just walk everywhere. Or if you like knew when you died, I don't know about that.
If you had the ability to tell if you were dead or not, what would you prefer?
The ability to tell if I'm dead. So what do you mean by that?
Let's say you're in a car accident and you can't really tell if you're dead or not. Your assessment of the situation, would you want it to be accurate?
No, because like if I got in a really bad car accident, like I wake up and like I just thought I died. I really hope I'd be wrong because you'd want to live.
Okay. You would.
Instead of being like I thought I died, and I actually end up dead. I don't want to be like, oh, I thought like, how is that like someone like pulls me out? I wake up in a hospital. It's like, how was that? Like I thought I died.
Okay. How do you decide what you would prefer to be wrong about?
Depends like what the subject is. I'd say it'd be like if it's something I want to think about optimistically, like and believe in, I would prefer to be wrong about some of those things. But yeah, that's how I'd say it.
Okay. So you have an example of something that you would prefer to, for your assessment of the situation to be wrong.
Yeah.
That would be the car accident.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Has your mind ever changed about a specific topic based on one of these interviews?
Um,
And why do you do these interviews?
yes. Like my confidence has shifted based on asking people
Okay.
their reasonings. And the reason why I do these interviews is so people can have a better grasp on why they believe stuff and to critically think about the quality of the reasons that they use to believe stuff.
Okay.
So I think that our
Yeah, no one really thinks. I mean, I don't think about any of the questions you ask me really that much. Like, I don't think about like if my observations right or if like my theories on this or that. So yeah, it's cool that they just think.
yeah, cool. That was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Any other questions?
I'm good.
Anything else you want to say?
It's been fun. I guess if it's like a YouTube channel or TikTok, just subscribe and follow.
Yeah, for sure.
Leave a like.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, great meeting you.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
It's really coming down. Do you have something in mind?
Sounds good. You too.
It's really coming down.
Hi.
Hey,
How's it going?
going good.
Good. You want to do an interview?
Yeah, sure. You still doing it?
Yeah. Have a seat.
Conversation.
Cool. Let me reset these. Cool deal.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
What's your name?
Nick.
Nice to meet you, Nick. I'm David.
David, nice to meet you.